I've got another grand opening for you today that I'm going to show you what's going on, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Deblack, and on this channel I show you what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, I am at Acadia in Winchester, one of the fastest growing cities in this whole area. All right, checking out these homes built by Beazer homes. All right, I'm really excited because I've seen Beazer homes out like in other spots. All right, but local to this area, I've never had a chance to film any of them before. So you guys are going to see my live raw reaction to walking into these three model homes they got. So we're gonna check out these three models. These are the only ones they've got available. All right, and as I mentioned, they got the grand opening. This thing's about to open this Saturday. So the day that this video comes out is the day that this community is going to open. All right, and then as you can see, they've already started production on some of these houses. So some of these are up in the air already. On Saturday, or going forward, they are going to have new phase releases where you can buy dirt, and it'll take about 6 months to build. But they got some really nice upgrades going on in here. So all these homes are going to be basically from a little bit north of 2,000 square feet to a little bit north of 2,500 square feet. And they are marketing in the mid 500s, but by the time you actually put stuff in it, you're really in the the high hundreds, the high 500s. All right, by the time you're going to move in and do all that sort of stuff. So it's a really affordable spot in a great location. So I am going to hop on the map and show you guys this location. Like I said, we're in Winchester, but we got a community park that's right over here. All right, there's no HOA. That's something, a huge thing I forgot to mention already. So there's no HOA. You got access to this community park. There's walking trails throughout. There's also a KB Homes community that I filmed before on the other side of this, with some single family homes. So this is a really nice area that's really growing. And then as we're, I'm kind of show you here, when you see like the drone shots, we're right on Dominigoni, which is basically Newport. If you've been around for a while, Newport's one of the main streets in Menifee. So right as we go over this hump right here that you see behind me, you're down into Menifee, and you get access to all of Menifee shopping and that sort of stuff. But if you're to continue up Dominigoni that way, you have access to all the new stuff, the brand new shopping center that's coming to Winchester, where right now they've already got a Starbucks, McDonald's, Chipotle, Panda Express, a couple other things there. And I know there's a big grocery store, I think it's the Stater Brothers, that's going there eventually too. And they got a gas station up that way. So, lots of growth happening in Winchester, but we'll talk about some of that on the map video. So anyways, couple things before we get out of here. Number one, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. We come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to this area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, I have good relationships with all the salespeople at all these different spots. I've been doing this for a long time now. I've helped hundreds of you guys with your move and seeing if this is the right spot for you in this general area. So like I said, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Other thing, if you like the sort of stuff we're doing, new houses, new communities, showing you what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this tour started. I'm actually going to start this video in reverse, and we're going to check out the biggest floor plan first. This one right here is going to be the Tangelo. It's 2,503 square feet. We're going to have 4 beds, 3 baths, a loft, and this one starts at $648,000. Come on up and kind of just see the exterior here. So looks like they are modeling the three different exteriors here. But anyways, let's go up and see this thing. So nice little steps as we walk on up. This nice little covered porch seating area out front. Let's go in and see this thing. Oh, all right, I like the handrail. All right, so there's a really nice entrance here. You can see the high ceilings. Looks like we're looking up into the loft up there, but we'll check it out in a second. But I like this entrance right here. Got the nice wood-like flooring throughout, the nice baseboards. Nice way to decorate these naked walls. Really inviting as we walk in. And right here we've got a boom. Got our coat closet / movie theater storage area. If you guys are, it's kind of echoey here. If you guys are brand new to the channel, I always call those little storage areas under the stairs movie theaters. My brother-in-law used to live in Huntington Beach. Had something like this when my wife and I were younger, and we do game nights with them and stuff like that. When we lived over that way, we would just throw our kids under there with an iPad. We called it the movie theater, and it kept them quiet so we could have some adult time on a Friday night or something. So anyway, that's why we call it the movie theater. We'll continue our tour here. All right, but we'll kind of walk into the living area here. So we got the living room, the nice area rug right there, a little entertainment center, TV setup. All right, but I do see bedroom here, so let's go into bedroom number 1. Pretty decent sized room here. Got that window looking up the side. You got your closet right there, wooden closet doors. Kind of a unique shape to this because we do have this little like cutout thing over here. So good use of the space over here. Pretty solid setup for a downstairs bedroom. All right, so they got 4 of these things. They got 1 downstairs. The rest will be upstairs. All right, but before I continue to like the other main part of the house, all right, so there's the garage access right here. Let's see, maybe they have it opened. It is open. All right, cool. Don't tell them. They'll see it on the video, but anyways, so just 2-car garage here. Normal setup. All right, but right as you come in, if you're someone who parks in the garage, all right, you come in here, you got bathroom number 1, basically. Like that black trim there on the closet, on the shower. And you have little bench things there. Like that. Nice big mirror. Like the color of the cabinets, the finishes, all that kind of stuff. Then you also kind of, as you enter from the garage, have these hanging cabinets and little entryway here, which was really nice. So you come in here, and then boom, you walk through to your living room. And we've kind of got our designated dining area here. Once again, nice little area rug there. And one thing I'll point out is they do have this like preset for like a fan or chandelier or something right there. So hanging right over your table there. So it's a really cool setup in here. And then boom, we do have our kitchen right here. Nice big island. They got 3 seats set up here. These are kind of wider seats. You probably squeeze 4 in. All right, but one thing I do love is that there's no sink in the middle of the island. The sink's off to the side over here. Obviously the upgraded faucet there. Got a little window looking out to the side. Once again, really nice cabinets and the dark finishes there. And then you got that extended backsplash. The quartz countertops here. Just really, really nice kitchen. All right, and then I will point this out here. A lot, California is going electric, so there are some communities out there like Banner Park and Menifee where they have both available to do gas or electric still, but I've been seeing more and more electric only. So got the electric stovetop here. You probably have the electric only option for washer and dryer. We'll find that out later. All right, but you've got a nice sized walk-in pantry right here. So let me just show you guys the backyard. If I can get back there. All right, let me back here. All right, so these do come as blank canvases most of the time. And normally you see like one little like sidewalk piece of cement right there and the rest is all empty. All right, but you see at the edge of the community here, we got that like block wall, but on the sides, we got the vinyl. Give you guys a little feel here. So this is a little bigger than I was expecting. I've been seeing them kind of moving dirt and stuff for this community, and they reached out to me a while ago to come film over here. So I was waiting for these models to get open, and I was worried that these backyards are gonna be pretty small, but I'm actually like, this is a decent sized backyard. I've been going out with a lot of clients recently, a lot of you guys that if you don't want a pool, which a lot of you don't, all right, because there's some of you that do and you want the big yard, but some of you guys are coming from a place where you have a big yard and you don't want to have to upkeep the yard or build the yard from scratch because that takes some money. So I'm pleasantly surprised with kind of how nice of a size these yards are. So anyways, let's go in and see upstairs. Set up, we'll walk back towards the front. All right, so as we head upstairs, just want to remind you guys that this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like any of this, any of this stuff where I'm touring new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. And let me tell you, there is a lot going on and I'm on top of it. Anyways, we'll kind of just turn this as we walk up the stairs just to show you this nice handrail. Super nice, actually. Up here, this is kind of like our loft area right here. So cool little setup there, and yeah, we're just really digging this. All right, let's go to the left over here. We'll start far and work our way back. Oh, I want to point out the windows. That's a lot of natural lighting, really cool. All right, so as we walk this way, like a linen closet right here. We'll call this bedroom 2. All right, they got it set up as just kind of explaining what they do differently. So I'll let you guys pause if you're kind of into all that stuff. I'll let you pause and read all about it. All right, but as far as the room goes, it feels like a standard size, you know, secondary bedroom. Got this window looking out to the front of the house. You got your mirrored closet doors here. They made wood downstairs. All right, and we got bedroom number 3 right here. All right, this one feels like a pretty good size, and then I am noticing 9-foot ceilings here. There's a pretty cool setup over here. Ooh, I'll get to that in a second. Got a walk-in closet on a secondary bedroom. I like that. So pretty cool setup here. You do have the window kind of looking off to the side of the house right there, and then, as I alluded to already, a nice walk-in closet right here. So lots of floor space, lots of space to hang things, got a shelf up top. Even got this window to look out and check out those awesome views in the distance. All right, then right next to that, we're gonna have our bathroom upstairs here. All right, so you got the dual sinks, the drawers, the cabinets, all the stuff. Like the tile flooring too. And then one thing, I always mention this in the videos, all right, but in the models, they don't put doors here because, you know, kids come in, they slam their fingers, they slam doors, and just loud and noisy, and someone can get hurt. So they do have the doors off on pretty much all these doors, but there will be a door there. There will also be a privacy door right here. So if you guys got kiddos like me and they're getting ready for school in the morning, like one of them could be getting ready, doing their, you know, brushing their teeth, washing their face, doing their hair right here, and then boom, someone else could be showering, going to the bathroom, whatever, over here. So we got the shower tub combo right there. Toilet action. Oh yeah, all the stuff. All right, so let's go on back. And before we get to the master, we turn to the left and we've got our laundry room. All right, so you got, you know, it's got the electric dryer. All right, so we got the hanging cabinets up there with the dark finishes once again. All right, you got the washer dryer, the flooring there. You got more cabinets and all that stuff up here, folding table. And then this right here is the brains of the house. So Wi-Fi router will go in there, so you don't have to have ugly wires in places you don't want them. All right, then right here, whoa, right, what is this? All right, this is like the control panel, I guess. All right, well, there's that. With the loft here, and then boom, we've got the master bedroom. So really nice size room right here. I like that textured wallpaper too. A cool little texture to that thing. Got the windows kind of symmetrical on each side of the headboard there. Nice big window looking out to, I think that's the other side. It might be, that's the backyard. So a really cool setup right here. You can kind of see right into the master bathroom. Let's go and see what we got here. I believe it's backyard. And it is backyard, so there's that. Nice little layout here. And then we got our master bathroom. Love it. I was thinking that it might be like D.R. Horton where they only have the shower. So they do have the soaking tub, the stand-up shower, the black trim. Love it. Love the upgraded flooring here. Then you have that nice color cabinet here. That countertop, nice big mirror, the black finishes. Oof, this looks nice. This is a really nice bathroom here. You got your throne area over here, and then I'll time out before I was hoofing the walk-in closet there. We got your linen closet right here, and then boom, we got a really good sized walk-in closet right here. I'll go ahead. I don't think I can do the spin test because it's kind of more like long and narrow, but guys, this thing is massive. So really good sized closet. That wraps this one up. So this right here was the Tangelo. 2,503 square feet. You got 4 beds, 3 baths, plus that loft area. And they got this one starting at $648,000. Next up, we're gonna go with their middle of the road floor plan, the Meyer. This one right here is gonna be 2,274 square feet. We have 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. So you have the option for a loft there, depending what you do with the bedrooms. And this one right here starts at $616,000. All right, so a really nice kind of feel of this. This is more of that Spanish style exterior. All right. But anyways, let's go on up and see this thing. These steps going on up. Nice little landscaping out front here. I like that little bench kind of right at the front door. That's pretty cool. Let's go walk. Okay. Well, this one feels different. All right. So, oops, the doors. So you kind of got different flooring here. It's got tile floor for your out. These nice windows instead of a naked wall. It kind of feels enclosing. All right. We got this door here's a coat closet, kind of right as we enter. Oh, it goes a little deeper there. All right, so you got a coat closet right as we enter here. All right, before we get to the back, just kind of show you here. So there's a straight shot up the stairs. We'll do that later. All right, but before we get to the living area, we've got a powder room. So we got a half bathroom downstairs. Like I mentioned, this isn't even a grand opening yet. So the grand opening will be the day that this video comes out. So they're still doing some final touches and stuff, but they did want me to come in here and do my thing to show the masses. All right, so as we enter the great room here, there's really nice open concept right here. So we've got our living room. We're gonna get the L-shaped couch, the TV. Ooh, those windows right there, and then big window right there. Nice big TV, and then you got the shiplap right there. Very nice living room setup. I'll spin this thing around, show you kind of the dining room, the designated dining area. All right, so in the last house I kind of showed you, there was that little pancake thing up there where you could put a chandelier, fan, or whatever. And then you'll see that surround sound in this house. These little pancakes, whenever I take you guys out, you guys ask about these. If you kind of have an older house, those right there, those little pancakes are the water, the sprinklers, like fire alarm type stuff. So you got smoke, those will pop out and hopefully put out the fire. It's great for the home insurance. All right, anyway, so right here we got our kitchen. Massive, guys, look, because I haven't seen these in a model where they put it's so massive that they put the stools on this side, kind of on the sides of it. Then you got you got your three stools going this way. You can easily fit 4. All right, and then this would be too crazy to put on this match side, and it doesn't hang over anyway. So really nice island there. And they even got the pendant lights hanging down. You got your sink in the island over here, but you have a really cool setup to check out that TV up there. So kind of just a nice feel where everyone's kind of in the same spot, hanging out, enjoying each other's company. And then you got dishwasher and all that stuff there. Got our oven, stovetop. Then they do have the glass cabinets here. Obviously an upgrade to get the glass. It's a nice little touch. And right here we got more cabinets and counter space and a really cool backsplash that I didn't point out on the other side. So nice backsplash in there. Then we got the lighting kind of underneath the cabinets, which was cool. I'll head this way. So that's going to be the garage access straight ahead. All right, right here we got a sort of landing area as you enter in from the garage. That's a really cool window too. A really cool mirror shaped as a window. And then right here we've got, boom, like it, massive walk-in pantry. I can almost do my spin test in the pantry here, but I love the way they got this thing set up and how big it is. It's massive, guys. So we got that. Let me go and show you the backyard. Give you a little glimpse of it. All right, very kind of similar to the other. Oh, I was gonna say similar to the other one. We got lots of side yard on this one. So maybe depending where you're at in the community, you're gonna have some side yard action. That is a great setup right there. When they sell this thing, that's gonna be a hot commodity to have this lot where they did all this work for you in the backyard already. So pretty nice setup. I love it. Let's go up and see upstairs though. Close. Do our nice little walk over there. I like those mirrors too. All right, oops, I almost turned that. Let's go on ahead upstairs. Kind of our straight shot up the stairs here. Get up top and boom. All right, so we turn to the left. This is our loft area. All right, now this is where you could probably go from 3 bedrooms to 4 bedrooms if you cut this off and turn this into bedroom 4. All right, so depending on what your appetite is, right, for space and rooms, all right, this could be the loft or bedroom 4. Pretty good sized loft right here. I mean, that's a pretty good sized couch in the corner. Nice window right here looking out to the front of the house. Once again, some really cool views in this area. Anyways, let's go turn and walk this way. We've got Upstairs bathroom right here. So you have the dual sinks with the added layer of privacy there. Oh, once again, I'll show you the upgraded tower, the floor. Walk in here, shower tub combo, toilet, all the normal stuff. Just normal stuff here. All right. All right, and then right here, we're gonna have what I'll call bedroom number 1. Decent sized room. It does feel a little skinny if I'm being real with you guys. Feels a little skinny. Check out that closet in a second, but I'll give you a feel for kind of this room. Oh, dancer room. Let's see this closet. All right, decent little pop-in, walk-in closet right here, like that. I almost just tripped walking backwards. You guys didn't get to see it because camera's facing the other way. All right, in between the 2 bedrooms here, we're gonna have like another little linen closet. And then boom, we got bedroom number 2. All right, so this one feels a little bit bigger than the one we were just in, but it might just be because there's a dresser over there and there's not one on this side. We'll look at the floor plans and check out the square footage of each room. All right, but get that window looking up the front again. Go and spin this thing around to give you a feel for it. All right, let's check out that closet. All right, this feels like the same closet. We just, oh, no, smaller. I lied. All right, it's a little smaller, but more space than most, I would say. Let's go to the other side now to check out the master. So walk through the loft. All right, so at the right of the stairs. So one thing I really like, and I can appreciate being a dad and having kids and stuff, I like the rooms are separate. So, you know, mom and dad can, or whoever can have their, you know, privacy back here, and everyone else is kind of separate. So I personally like that. All right, before we get to the master bedroom, we do have the laundry room. So this one's got the utility sink, the washer, dryer, floating cabinets. That's a cool setup with that rack to hang stuff and the shelf up top. And then what is this? Oh, this is that weird room that we saw in the last house. All right, so they give you access to everything, and with Beazer, I know you got your little brains of the house right there. Wash, dry, fold, repeat forever and ever. Ain't that the truth? All right, so we'll walk on into the master bedroom here. Feels very grand. All right, just number 1, this piece of art right as you're walking, like, whoa, all right, this is gonna feel fancy. And then you got the little chandelier up top. You got those nice mirrors over there. This makes this room feel so big. Then you got the windows on each side of the bed there. Nice big window looking off to the side of the house over here. Really, really nice feel. This is a really good sized room. All right, then you do have this nice accent wall there. Spin it around and show you guys what we're working with. Pretty good. Walk over here with the master bathroom. So they elected just to kind of showcase the walk-in shower right here with the sliding glass door and those little ledges. I do like the tile down here. A nice big old mirror. And then for whatever reason, oh, okay. I was gonna say for whatever reason, it's the first master I've ever seen with only 1 sink, but that's not the case. All right, so this is just the massive side of part of it. And then, like, if this was my house, this is probably where my sink would be. All right, so you got your own little section there for person 2. All right, we've got our throne area right here. And we got a little linen closet. And then boom, we got our walk-in closet right here. And this thing is spectacular. It's massive. I will go ahead and do the spin test for you on this one. Like, totally passes the spin test. Tons and tons of space in here. So that wraps this model up. This right here was the Meyer. Wow. The Meyer. All right, 2,274 square feet. You got 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. You do have the option for that loft if you stick with the 3 bedrooms. And this one right here starts at $616,000. So last and definitely least as far as size and pricing goes, we've got the Lumia. This one right here is 2,033 square feet. We're gonna have 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and this one starts at $600,000. Give you a nice little spin here and kind of show you guys this. So this is the one that they've got the sales office in for right now. See this super long driveway. So this lot's gonna be pretty nice actually. When it becomes available, have a long driveway like that. So that will be the garage there, 2-car garage. I'll walk on up and see this thing. Nice little exterior on it. And kind of got a little mini covered porch area out front. Walk on in. All right. So there's the upgraded handrail on the stairs here. We'll go see upstairs later. All right, we kind of got this nice little hallway going back, and I really like these windows that you can kind of see down the hallway. Kind of eats up some of the space to where if you need, like, don't need to decorate the whole wall, so it kind of gives it some purpose and character. You can do a little weird thingy on this wall. All right, before we get to the main part, let's turn here, and we've got, boom, our coat closet slash movie theater. Got a storage under there. And we've got a powder room, it looks like. Yep, powder room. All right, so once again, they're probably putting mirror on before you guys get to be here on Saturday. All right, but powder room, got a toilet and synced. Now we turn and boom. All right, we got our open living area down here. So we got the great room. I really like the way this one's laid out. Very, good, efficient use of the square footage on this floor plan so far. So you got your living room set up right here. Nice L-shaped couch. Whole setup there, window looking out to the back. And right here, we've got a kitchen with a really good sized island. All right, sometimes on kind of where they have the smallest house in a community, they skimp out on the island. They did not do that here. All right, so you got a good sized island. Those are really cool pendant lights up top. So good sized island right here. Spot for the fridge. I like the white cabinets, the dark finishes. And kind of got the like grayish countertops here. Got that extended backsplash. Cool. Window looking up the side. Your sink is not in the island, which you guys know I love. Spin this thing around for you guys. See the back side of the island over here. So lots of drawers and cabinets. Microwave, stove, oven, all that good stuff. All the stuff that makes a kitchen a kitchen. All right, then over here, we've got our designated dining area. I got that little rug to define the space. And then once again, you got that little spot to hang a chandelier, lights, fan, whatever. And so pretty like unique shape to this downstairs area. And I know I skipped the pantry and stuff like that. I'll show you guys that in a second. All right, but really, I actually really like this layout. I'll show you guys the backyard real quick. All right, so there's a long driveway, and then the backyard is about the same size as the other ones we've seen, minus the massive side yard on that second house I showed you guys. All right, just for reference, guys, so this is the third house we're in right there. The one in the middle is actually the biggest one. That's the first house we saw. And the one at the end down there is the second house that we just walked out of. All right, so anyways, let's go back in that corner over there and show you guys what they've got. So if you're in the kitchen, you kind of walk around this way. There's the garage access as you come in. There's this nice little entryway right there. And we also got a pantry, really good sized pantry. I like it. Lots of space in here. Lots of snacks. All right, we're gonna go ahead and head upstairs. All right, while I'm doing that, just want to remind you guys, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guy to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, and I just want to remind you guys, I work for you. I don't work for the builders. I don't work for Beazer. I don't work for Pulte. I don't work for KD. I work for you. So who, if you want someone in your back pocket to help you find the best rate, get you guys the most incentives that they're willing to offer, go ahead and reach out. It doesn't hurt. All right, these guys are the ones who compensate me. So I literally, for you guys, basically work for free as long as you buy a new build. So I'll get you guys the best deal, the best rates, all that sort of stuff. And I think it's really fun meeting you guys out in real life. So anyways, we're at the top of the stairs here. There's no loft in this one. But overlooking the door looks pretty cool here. Got those windows up there. And boom, top of the stairs, we got a linen closet. More art. And then we've got, oh, that was a little trippy. All right, so we're gonna turn right. It's like a maze up here, kind of. So we got our laundry room right here. Brains of house, wooden cabinets, like that tile down below. This is the secret closet with all the, yep, there it is. Don't even know what to call that room. If someone knows, let me know in the comments. I'm walking back here at the bedroom, so we'll start. Oh, this is cool. Oh, the little Jack and Jill action. I'm just totally... All right. Anyways, okay, so we've got a nice size secondary bedroom, really, really wide. Got them, you know, sliding mirrored closet doors there. A pretty good sized window. That's a tall window. Spin this thing around for you. You'll see bathroom over there. All right, cool. All right, let's walk this way. All right, so this is gonna be our next bathroom. You got the dual sinks, big mirror, all the stuff. This matches the laundry room floor. You got our, you know, bathroom area here. So you got the throne area, shower tub combo over there. All right, and then boom, our next bedroom. So we got the Jack and Jill set up here. All right, so real quick, it's a story time. All right, so my birthday was this past weekend. So I went out to Arizona and my wife got, you know, surprised me with a trip to go see Morgan Wallen. He's one of my favorite, I like country music, he's my favorite guy. So we went out to Arizona to go watch him play. On the new album, he has a song called Jack and Jill. So if you guys happen to be Morgan Wallen fans and you like that song too, let me know, because that's my favorite song on his new album and he didn't play it, but I promise you it's going to be a summer banger in like 2 years. All right, but anyways, this whole Jack and Jill setup reminded me of that. So anywho, all right, this is bedroom number 2. All right, this is Jill's room. All right, so little nice setup here. Not really a good spot for a TV on this one, unless you kind of change the, unless you maybe put the bed against over there and put a TV up on that wall. Anyways. All right. All right, let's go down this way and go see the master. All right, so right here we've got our master bedroom. Pretty good size here. So for being their smallest floor plan, they did a really good job, you know, putting a lot of space in here. Actually, I think the space from the foot of the bed to the wall here is bigger than at least one of the other houses we saw today. We got a nice wall there. Got that big old art over there. All right. I really like in every house they've got the symmetry with the windows on each side of the headboard there. I really like that. The chandelier hanging up top. Nice window looking out to the backyard there. Perfect setup for the TV. Love that. Let's go back and see this thing. Master bathroom. All right, so we got the dual sinks there, the nice big mirror. I'm gonna do the tub test. I didn't do the tub test in the first house. I'm gonna do it here though. All right, so we got the nice black trim there. Got our throne area right as you enter the bathroom here. And then across from that, we got like a linen closet thingy. And then I hear they kind of put a nice little setup with put your shoes on or socks or whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do my tub test. Boom, get it set up for you. There we go. All right, so you guys have seen me do the oopsies. Oop, there you go. You guys have seen me do the spin test in the closets. All right, my brother-in-law has a channel in Houston, Texas. You guys may or may not have seen him, but he started to get a tub test. So I went, oh, that is so cool. I'm gonna seal it to you. So it gives you an idea of the size of the tub. So just to give you guys an idea, I'm like 5'10", 5'11"-ish. All right, so I don't know, I'm betting my knees a little bit. All right, there's, I don't know, give you guys an idea of the size of like a normal person in the step test. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big, and this gives you a little feel for us. Get up here. I'm gonna show you guys this walk-in closet. Once again, a really good size walk-in closet. Go ahead and onto the spin test here. So I'll tell him I keep stealing his moves. All right, so anyway, spin test works. This passes the test, which usually isn't the case when you go to these builders and it's their smallest floor plan. All right, you like squeeze from the closet space there. So very impressive master bedroom here. All right, in their smallest floor plan, or smallest model, I should say. So anyways, this right here was the Lumia. It's 2,033 square feet, 3 beds, 2.5 bathrooms, and this one starts at $600,000. Alrighty guys, so next up, I'm gonna do what I always do. We're gonna hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We'll go over school, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into my computer. Alrighty, so where the heck are we? As I told you guys in the intro, we are in the city of Winchester here, and we are super close to Menifee. So you'll see on some of the drone shots, there's like a big hill behind this community that kind of goes up and down right into Menifee. So we are really close to the border of Winchester and Menifee. So you got, I'll get into it in a second, but you have access to pretty much all the different shopping that Menifee and the shopping and amenities that Menifee has to offer. So if we zoom in a little bit further here, so you'll see that Beazer homes right here. So Acadia, that's where we're at. Right behind us, you probably saw some of the other stuff, but you got KB Homes, you got Sedona, Allbrook over here, which I filmed, and kind of see it. There's another KB community there. They're building another one around. And just to kind of go ahead and show you guys some of the growth in the area, there's the Tri-Point communities here. So there's 3 Tri-Point communities there. Lennar had a community. There's even more communities as we get further up. You got Towns and Courts up here, or Courts and Towns by Taylor Morrison right in this area. So lots of stuff going on. And then I'll get into the shopping later, but big shopping center right here in Winchester, brand new one that's coming. So I guess I'll start there. So we'll start with the shopping. So you have this brand new shopping center that's coming. You have Starbucks, Panda Express, Chipotle, McDonald's, lots more coming. They're also building I believe it's gonna be a Stater Brothers, but they're gonna put some sort of big grocery store right in here too. So they got that, and then they also had a gas station that should be up and running here, probably before the end of the summer. All right, so you got lots of stuff going on there, and then I'll kind of just give you the shopping. I'll give you the distance and driving stuff here. So let's go to directions. We'll change this up, and let's just do Starbucks. Dominican Winchester. That's probably the one. It is 7 minutes. So we're 7 minutes to that shopping center there. That's got a lot of stuff right now, but is eventually gonna have everything that you need. But let's go ahead and go the other way. There's a little shopping center right down the hill here into Menifee where you see that Starbucks sign. So let's just pick that Starbucks out. So Starbucks on Newport Road in Menifee. That is not the one. That's to the main shopping center base, a little further than the main shopping center in Menifee. But so I guess I'll talk about that. So let's call it 10 minutes. This is further down the road, but this is what I call the 4 corners in Menifee. So you got all kinds of stuff up here. So the bottom left quadrant, I guess what I would say, you're gonna have Target, you'll have Lowe's, Best Buy, Kohl's, there's a Home Goods, and then all kinds of eating options, food options as well. You got Miguel's Jr., In-N-Out, Panera, BJ's, there's a Wingstop over there, Chipotle. There's a cool sandwich shop called Ike's, which is kind of on the newer side, which I love. It's kind of more expensive sandwiches, but they're really good. I believe they're based out of Northern California. Then across the street over here, you got Buffalo Wild Wings, the Pollo Loco, the Habit, Krispy Kreme. There's an Ono, I believe. It's a cool little ramen sushi spot too. Just lots and lots of different options over here. And then that's, where I plugged in that one Starbucks. You got some other options down there with the Starbucks, Dave's Hot Chicken. There's a poke place that I love. And then further on down, you got Luna Grill, you got Olive Garden. You're going to have one of my favorite restaurants over here is Tacos and Tequila. So kind of like a vibey Mexican food, which I think's awesome. On the top left quadrant, you got Chick-fil-A. You're going to have Applebee's, Texas Roadhouse, Five Guys, Jersey Mike's, Flame Broiler. Then on the top right side over here, you're going to have a sushi spot, all you can eat sushi. You got Raising Cane's, Blaze Pizza, there's a coffee shop, there's also LA Fitness over here. And then on the bottom right side, you can see Jack in the Box, you're gonna have Taco Bell, Subway. You have my favorite restaurant in all of Menifee. You've got Savage Chef, you got award-winning chefs there. And they have some kind of funkier hours, but it's worth it. Trust me, you're gonna want to get a reservation there and eat there. All right, you got Michi Tacos over here as well. So that kind of tells you a little bit about the 4 corners and the shopping, and basically everything you need is within this 12. It says 12 minutes. It's really a little closer since that's further down the road. So we'll call it 10 minutes to the main shopping center there in Menifee. But I did want to show you guys, I guess I'm going to do Archibald's because that's the shopping center that's close. So we'll do Archibald's because that's going to take us to this closer shopping. All right, so 6 minutes to Archibald's. All right, but if we were going to go to the Del Taco right here, all right, let's call it a 5-minute drive. So a 5-minute drive into this shopping center down here in Menifee, which is probably going to be the best spot initially for your shopping. You got Stater Brothers right there. They've still got McDonald's, Del Taco, CVS. You got your, I don't know why Starbucks is there. Starbucks is on this side down here. You got a gas station up there. Then you got Archibald's where I plugged in the directions over here. That is, guys, think of like I don't know, think of like a Red Robin's, but has a drive-through kind of, but like more of like a homemade version of Red Robin's. Very, very good food, but like restaurant quality and restaurant prices, but it has a drive-through. All right, so pretty cool spot there. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the mall. So, oops, I almost said Pechanga. Promenade, Temecula. All right, that's the more traditional mall in the area, about 20-25 minutes straight down the freeway here. This is where you're gonna have, you know, your traditional food court, department stores. They have movie theaters, a cool little outdoor section that's got Apple Store and Lululemon and Coach. They've got a Yard House there as well. So lots of restaurants kind of on the perimeter there too. So just a really cool spot as far as malls go. But we do Pechanga. All right, so for Pechanga, 30 minutes away basically. So whether you wanted to go to the casino, play golf, go hang out at the pool, or eat some of the amazing food that they've got there from the different restaurants they got. So about 30 minutes there. And then I did want to just touch on Costco really quickly because we do have some Costco's in the area. So there is a Costco at that mall I just mentioned. And then also there's one here in Murrieta, about 15-20 minutes away, straight down the 215 freeway. So you got pretty good access to everything you're going to need from a shopping standpoint. Living in this community here. So the next thing I wanted to touch on quickly was the schools. All right, so I know we're zoned to Winchester Elementary. All right, so for those of you that got kiddos or care about that stuff, we're zoned to Winchester Elementary, which you can see here is about an 8-minute drive, so really close, generally speaking. All right, but that's where the fun ends when it comes to the school, I'm afraid. So I think you can probably go ahead and maybe get a waiver or something, because there are some closer middle schools and high schools, and you could try to get permits and stuff like that. But got Rancho Viejo Middle School, which is a trek, basically. All right, so about a little bit over 20 minutes to get to the middle school, and then the high school is right across from the middle school. It's Taquitos High School, so it's basically the same spot. All right, 22 minutes as well to get there. So yes, that is a very long drive, and there are other middle schools and high schools that are much closer. All right, we're kind of just on the border of the school district right here in this community. So as Winchester grows, I do think that there will probably be some shifts in the boundaries of certain things, and new schools will pop up and that sort of thing. But for now, that's where we're zoned to. And then real quick, as I'm doing this, I think I kind of forgot to mention in the opening about the property taxes and stuff like that. So obviously, I believe I mentioned already, but this is a no HOA community. So that's awesome for a lot of you guys out there. As far as taxes, property taxes, it's going to be about 2%, which is kind of in line with all the new builds in the area, but that includes like the basic property tax, but also includes special assessments, Melloru's, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, so we got the schools out of the way. Not the best situation other than the elementary school. Next up, let's do healthcare. All right, so we've got, I believe the closest things are going to be, I guess we'll do it first. We got Menifee Global Medical Center. That might be the closest. It's about 10 minutes away. There is an emergency room there. I would say for minor emergencies, you could probably go there. If it's like, you need like a trauma center, Loma Linda's the spot to go to. They got an emergency room. I believe that helicopter landing. So that's about 17 minutes away. You could take the back roads down here. And then there's a Kaiser facility right there too, just a little bit north of that. So about 15 minutes away, you got access to Kaiser facilities. They got lab, urgent care, medical offices and stuff like that. They don't have a hospital there yet. There is empty land where there's allegedly talks of them building a hospital, but it's not there yet. All right, next up, let's talk about the airports. All right, for the airports, I do them as points of reference. I know you may not use whatever airport that I'm picking, but I just want you guys to know there's kind of a point of reference. Like for instance, for San Diego, the gas lamps down there, or Petco Park where the Padres play, or maybe you want to go down to SeaWorld or something like that. So just general points of reference. So the airport down in San Diego is about an hour 20, hour 25 from where we are here. Let's do John Wayne and Irvine next. All right, about an hour and 20 from Irvine. Do LAX. I don't know. I'm doing way out of order. I usually save LAX for last. So we're about 2 hours from LAX. Let's go Ontario. Ontario Airport. This one's really good for going in and out pretty easily. Normally, I think it's normally like 45-ish minutes, but hour and 5 today. Low security lines, easy to get in and out of as far as parking goes. Not a whole lot of traffic around there. And then Palm Springs, whether you want to fly there or not, I don't know. But you got golf and the casinos and the resorts and all that kind of stuff out there. So about an hour and 15 minutes away from the airport there in Palm Springs. Then I'll wrap this thing up with a couple fun things I always do. We got Disneyland about an hour and 25 away. Once again, this feels a little bit longer than normal. I make that drive to Disneyland more often than I'd like to admit. And I feel more like an hour 15-ish, but hey, whatever. It's taking traffic into account. Next up, we'll do the beaches. We'll do La Jolla Shores Beach, about an hour 15. The Oceanside Pier, we'll go further north, hour and 5. And then we'll do Dana Point for an Orange County beach, an hour and 25. So that kind of makes up all that sort of stuff. Anyways, let's go back to the community and wrap this video up. Alrighty guys, so that was Acadia by Beazer Homes in the city of Winchester. We went in and showed you these 3 really cool models, gave you the heads up that they got the grand opening on the day that this is coming out. So on Saturday, July 26th. All right, the grand opening's in here. So kind of got some early access before the grand opening happened. All right. Guys, once again, just a really great location. Hopped on a map, so you guys would like to live here. School, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. All right, and just a really good spot to, like I said, have no HOA, which I know a lot of you guys really like. And you get houses that are anywhere from a little bit over 2,000 square feet to a little bit north of 2,500 square feet from, the basically by the time the upgrades in the high 500s to the low 600s on up. So they got some of these options already set and ready to go, as you can see here. So, when you come out here on going forward, you can buy dirt. It's basically a 6-month build out, but they do have some of these that are ready for a mid-September move-in to be one of the first people in this community to take advantage of everything. All right, and I kind of talked about the location. We're really close to the shopping and everything kind of Menifee has the offer. Just on the other side of this hill that's kind of right behind this community, you go down the hill and boom, you're in Menifee. So you're really close to the Menifee shopping and that sort of stuff. And then over here, all right, they got a pretty nice park that they're building over here. So if you got kiddos, just a really good location. They got walking trails that are kind of going through this community and the neighboring communities as well. So a couple things before I get out here. Number one, if you liked anything you saw today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever, I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, because when you guys reach out, I'm able to kind of get to know you, kind of see what you like, what you don't like, what you need, what you don't need, and really find the perfect spot for you. All right, so once again, I work for you guys, not the builders, so I will find the best fit for you. I'll go to bat for you and get you guys the best deal and all that sort of stuff. All right, the other thing, if you liked what you saw today, if you like the sort of stuff entering new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal, if you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap the notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, YouTube is going to put a video over this shoulder. If you like this video, you're probably going to like that one, and I'll see you there.